All right, guys, we're back here with different scripts, and we have a very great podcast for you guys today. Isn't that right, Austin?
It's a special one. It's
It's
very
a very
special.
special one. A lot's happening in the world, and a lot's happening with different scripts because for the very first time, we're gonna have our very first guest on different scripts. So I got a little introduction right now for him because he deserves it. So you heard of the man, the myth, the legend, but we got the bloke, the joke, the bellend. Some say he's no longer single, like he's off the market like GameStop. That is our friend Sir Wesley Smith. How you doing, Weezer?
Woo!
Coming
How's
in
it going,
hot.
fellas? Coming in with a pop smoke. I've been looking to get on this podcast for a little while now, and we made it. So
It's been a
let's do
minute.
You always come up with the smoke. I love
Yeah,
it.
Put in
It's
with the
been a
smoke.
time coming. Wesley, we wanted to wait for the perfect episode to bring you on, and I think this is the one.
This might be the one. It has to be.
Well, no, it
Yo,
is the one.
It has to be.
You're here.
fair play to Wes though. Like if you are definitely like our biggest fan. Like every time like we
Oh.
say something stupid, you're like, yo, you guys are a bunch of idiots. Like in the
Yeah.
chat immediately. Like
I know
It's
Wes is
awesome.
listening.
It's awesome.
if we ever make it big, yo, we're gonna send you like a shirt or something. Like
Yeah,
that's
get me
it,
on the
though.
merch. Get me on the
Yeah.
merch.
You'll be on the payroll.
That's all. That's
for
all
sure.
I'll take. That's all I'll take.
There we go.
Maybe get me in once a year on an episode. I'll just talk about random stuff and
We don't
get this thing
count
to
on
the moon. Let's
Alright,
take this thing to
let's-
the moon.
you. Let's get into it. Let's just get
Speaking
right.
of the
Yeah.
moon,
We
Let's get
have Wes
after it.
here for a reason. As a founder of Banter Investments, a co-founder.
our financial analyst, Wesley
Yeah.
Smith. Yeah.
We got to talk about the only thing I know that happened this week, which was this catastrophe of a stock market we got going on.
See, but that's the interesting
Jesus.
thing. You see how like you see his word choice, Wes? He said
Yeah.
catastrophe.
Isn't
Was
it?
it that? Was it a catastrophe?
Ooh, I mean, is it a catastrophe?
Catastrophe for who?
You gotta put it into perspective, really. I mean, look at Bitcoin, 2018, 2017, absolutely popped, and that was all momentum. That was all momentum trading. Everyone wanted a cut of the cake. Everyone wanted the slice, and we saw one of the biggest crashes we've seen in a security cryptocurrency that we've seen ever, really. I
Mhm.
mean, this is just nuts. People are saying it's like Tilray. But what's been happening to really
Yeah, give us a summary.
if there's basically if there's anyone like watching right now listening, I'll try and put it into simple terms. What happened was this thing called a short squeeze, and the way this works is there's a certain amount of shares outstanding for a stock, and for GameStop, I think it was around 4 million, 7 million, something like that. And the suits, as we're saying in today's market, all decided this company's terrible. Let's run it to the ground. And if we all do it at the same time, the market's going to crash. Well, not the market, but GameStop itself is going to crash. And then we're going to reap the benefits because we have all these shorts saying that the stock will go from $19 to $15. And now we'll be loaded. Now, with GameStop in specifically, why it was the biggest play that's ever happened in the market is because there was 120% plus short position on the stock, which means there was more people betting against the stock than there were stocks outstanding. So they decided that because no one's going to buy GameStop, we can run it to the ground. And these Wall Street guys, the guy who did it, what's his name? Doggy 69 or whatever. That
Yeah,
dude,
something like that.
big titty 69. He ended up. He's a CFA. He's a licensed CFA. He knows what he's doing. Like he's worked at these huge funds, and he did all his due diligence and said, if we can run this stock up, all of these hedge funds are going to lose billions. We saw Melvin Capital lose 2.7 billion. They only had 12 billion assets in management. They just lost 25% of their investors' money.
So my question was, so I said Doggy was someone like that was certified and like in the world.
Yeah.
So how like easy is that information or accessible is that information like where the hedge funds are trying to like short? You know what I'm saying?
You can look it up right now online. I mean,
Oh, we can all get that?
Yeah. Another thing in the news this week was Nancy Pelosi bought $1 million worth of Tesla calls. Y'all saw that too? or no?
I haven't
No,
seen it.
I actually
This is
haven't.
all
No.
on a website. I'll look up the website. We'll put in the link or whatever,
Sure. Yeah.
and you can go and take a look. I've been looking at what Mitt Romney's going into, like a bunch of people, a bunch of these like huge politicians and government officials, and they're all going in on the same stocks. They're all doing the same thing.
So if
And
the
there's
general
tons of stuff
public
going
just
on.
hates that person, they could just manipulate that
They
stock.
could
just like
destroy
how-
him.
Well, okay.
Destroy him.
I got a quick question though. So I was talking to my other friend who does accounting for one of the big firms, and he's my go-to guy when it comes to like explaining anything financial.
Yeah.
Including, and he was explaining to me the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. You know what that is?
Yeah, that was right after the Wall Street boom.
Right. And
To
he was
make sure that it
basically
can't happen
explaining to me that it's the law that says that no one person can manipulate the market in simple
Yep.
terms. Okay. So isn't shorting and squeezing a stock inherently violating that law?
Yes and no, because the way I see it is these funds, these huge funds have been doing this for years.
Right.
They've just been running stocks to the ground. And I mean, GameStop, it should go to the ground. Right? It's a brick and mortar store. You can go and buy any game you want online. You can
Right.
buy Pokemon cards online. You haven't got to go into the store unless, I mean, if you want a controller there and then, or if you want the console there and then, you got to go into the brick and mortar store. But now we have Amazon Prime, 2 days, and all these hedge funds basically said, if they were talking to each other, if they weren't, who knows? They were just saying, hey, look, we can run this stock to the ground. We can make billions. Melvin Capital would have been receiving a lot different of a call from their customers or clients because they're using other people's money, and they just lost 25% of their portfolio.
I gotta get into that. But so I got a question. So the way that I've been reading everyone explain it in simple terms to like the simple man is that they've been saying that these hedge fund managers were borrowing stocks.
Yep.
And that was another question I asked my friend, which first of all, shout out John Schaller. He's my friend. I should make that clear.
Shout out
So
Josh.
Let's go.
that didn't make sense to me. Like borrowing a stock. And he was explaining they're borrowing the money to get the stock. It's not that they're literally like, here's my stock. You can have it. It's more like, here's the money to go buy the stock. It's a loan.
Well, for like my understanding is that like you have to pay back that amount of shares that you're getting. So like when the price increases and decreases, it got to be like more beneficial or easier to pay back that amount of shares. Just like how you make profit off shares,
right?
In general.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify because I feel like that's being the way that it's explained.
I
to
got you on
everyone
that
for the media, but like that part didn't click to me, or like maybe that's just my stupid head not processing it correctly.
Let's just use water as an example because people see the stock market as you're buying a piece of a company, which you are. You can vote, you can do whatever you want. You own a piece of the company, but the way I see it is, it's just you're buying a product, right? So if I buy, if there's 1 million Nestle waters out there, we use water, and I buy a piece of those waters, when I'm buying a call option, I'm saying, okay, I will buy 100. It's 100 shares, 100 of these Nestle waters. I'll buy one call option. Say I get it for $3. Now, there's an option date too. So you have to either exercise that option or say no. You're putting up $3 for these $100 water bowls. All of these water bowls are $1. Now, you said, okay, when it gets to $2, that's where I want to cash out. That's where like I'll break even on my call option, or I'll cash out, and this is how the borrowing of money comes in. You borrow that leverage from the brokerage to say, I'll buy 100 of these water bowls at that time or within this time period. So they're fronting you that money because you've only paid $3 for this option. But when you go to exercise it, you have to buy those 100 shares at the original price you caught the option. So you buy them at $200 because you said $2 I'll buy them at. Anything that goes over that, you sell at. You can sell it and you can make money. But meanwhile, while the price of the war bottle has been going up, so is the price of that option you've purchased. So that option costs you $3. It could be $5 now. And now you've seen a 66% gain or whatever it is. That's where the borrowing comes in. And that's it. It works the exact opposite as shorting. So you say, okay, I'll short this bottle at 50 cents. Now, if it hits 50 cents, I can buy all of those bottles for 50 cents and sell them for $1, which is my original call. And that's what all of these hedge funds have been doing, because now the way they got screwed over was this past Friday, we're going to see the craziest week in stock market history. Fun fact, last Thursday was the most traded day in history, the most volume ever traded. We saw BlackBerry have 1 billion volume. We saw NAKD have 1 billion volume. We saw all of these companies have 1 billion volume, and it's just a bunch of people from Reddit pushing this thing. It was amazing. And now all of those hedge funds must purchase GameStop at $320 or whatever it closed at, and then sell them instantly for $15.
Jeez.
And we're talking 4.3 million contracts were out there. 4.3 million contracts.
Just multiply all that.
Times 100, because you have to buy that many stock. And we're seeing 430 million stock being purchased at the high, at the ask.
I love it. I love seeing these suits go down. Like,
and it's amazing. It's amazing seeing it, because
it's craziest.
I mean, let's be real. The people that really profited off this, they weren't your broke people. They were people that still had money to play around with and decided to take this risk. But it gives a lot of influence to other people to get into the stock market, because the way I see it is the more we pump the market, which is exactly what Donald wanted us in his presidency. Say what you want about him. That's exactly what he wanted us to do. He wanted us to put our money in the market and get things moving, because the more they increase, the more your wealth increases, and the less chance we'll see a crash. But there's a bubble, and when does the market become too overvalued, and when does it all drop? You can't time the market.
Did you see that?
You got to get in long, you know?
Yeah. Did you see that one time at Robinhood, like more than 50% of the Robinhood users were all in GameStop?
Well, let's talk about that. Can we talk? Yeah. Explain what happened with Robinhood and what's happening.
People hate Robinhood.
Oh yeah, but like,
why?
So the thing is, like, all right, we all hate like the suits because how they manipulate the market. But like now it's like, all right, the people are manipulating the market, so why is everyone complaining? That's not what irks me, is that people can manipulate the market. What irks me is that Robinhood could stop people from trading. They literally took GameStop off the market. They took AMC off the market. They stopped people from trading all that. They were the first ones to do it. I think Webull, TD Trade, they all followed after that. But like Robinhood got the most hate for doing that. And honestly, they should.
Explain why a company like Robinhood, who prided themselves on being this, the way into stocks for the general public, why would they stop that trading?
Their fucking name's Robinhood. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So you saw the tweet like back in 2016. I was like, "Let the people trade."
Yeah.
Everyone's quoting that all over the place and saying, "Okay, let the people trade." In my opinion, they're not saving big hedge funds and all them. They're saving themselves. Now, the CEO Vlad came out and said, or the co-founder came out and said, we're doing this because there are certain requirements they have to reach. So they have to make sure they have a certain amount of capital just there in order. I mean, they need to fill orders every month. They need to make sure that they have the money and banks are financing them, because Robinhood is an exchange. I put $100 into a stock. Robinhood's algorithm instantly purchases at the market, and then because someone else is also selling at that value. And that's how it works. Now, if they don't have enough capital there to meet the requirements, they could get screwed by the SEC. They get screwed by, regulation. But the fact that they did it, and it was so manipulative because they only let you sell.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You could only sell, which there's only one way that can go. If you can only sell something, the value of that thing goes down. Value of that thing goes down. Oil went negative. I mean,
During this weekend,
is
during this
crazy.
whole thing?
No, this was like 6 months ago, I think.
Okay.
Oil went negative. You could get a barrel of oil. You could be paid $37 to get a barrel of oil at like one of its lowest points.
Wow.
And now oil's obviously worth something again.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there was just too much and everything.
Jumping up
Yeah, gas prices are flying. But why everyone's so mad at this guy is because he didn't tell anyone. He just did it. He just did it and said,
he just woke up.
You can only sell GameStop, which happens to have 40% of Robinhood's revenue comes from these big funds.
Okay.
So there's another. Maybe it was a catalyst for him to make this move, but there's only one place the stock can go if all you can do is sell.
It's down.
Right. Okay.
And it's down.
That's interesting that you said that it's to save them, because I feel like Robinhood's definitely done now. Like they're they're not going to be a legitimate company anymore.
I want to see their numbers of users to now, like
during just this whole week.
Now. Yeah.
All right. Next question for you. These other companies, I've seen Bed Bath and Beyond, Nokia, AMC. Are these just other? I mean, I have an idea that they're just these other companies that they found were also being shorted heavily, and they said, you know what? Let's just go after all of them. Like we got GameStop. We could do it. We did it successfully. Let's just go after the next ones.
Yep. Almost every single one were where they saw a good gamma squeeze play, so short squeeze play.
Right.
And look, to put it into perspective, a high float is anything over 20% short positions. GameStop was at 120%. So that's the largest float we've ever seen, largest short float we've ever seen on a stock. There were more stocks being purchased to go down than there were even in circulation. Now,
how could that happen? How did they just let that happen?
The
power of the people.
The SEC's not going to stop anything. Yeah, they're hedge funds. Like what can you do to stop them? Can't do anything.
It's more like it's. I didn't even realize that it was possible to sell or buy or trade, I guess is the right word, more than there existed.
Exactly. That's where these like Robinhood and stuff come in, because they need that money in order to execute it.
Got it.
People say trading's glorified gambling. This is the exact reason why.
Okay.
This is the exact reason why.
Well, let me ask, was any part of this legal, or was it all legal?
Now that's interesting, because the hedge funds, it's public information to know what a fund is invested in.
Okay.
But no one's used it besides the other big investors. Because if you pump $1 million into a stock, it's going to move. Now, these
especially when it's expected to fail.
Yeah, exactly. And now these hedge funds, if one sees one put $1 million in, now another's going to put $1 million in, and now JP Morgan will put $1 million in, and the next thing you know, you have 10 million shares all expecting to drop, like all these short positions, and it has to go down. There's
you got 1 million people from Reddit dropping like $1,000.
Yeah,
just for keeping it up.
Yeah, you just have these. Oh my goodness!
All right, next question. Speaking of Reddit, Wall Street Bets. Explain what that is, because I had never heard of it. I kept seeing WSB on my timeline, tweet after tweet. I had no idea what the hell was going on.
So Wall Street Bets was a Reddit page, just entirely designed. They've been around for a while, 9 years, I think. They've been around.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Maybe even longer.
Who knows? Yeah.
And their entire purpose was just to talk about stocks and see what's moving. Now, when you become big and you have 2 million people in there, even if 10% are active and follow someone doing their due diligence, because people will go on like the most upvotes on a Reddit post, and then they'll believe that one most.
Yeah,
that's how they show it on Reddit.
When you open a Reddit, first thing they sort it by the most top vote. It's not like what's the most recent. It's the one that's most popular.
Yeah. So that in itself shows, let's say someone talking about BlackBerry and it gets 10,000 upvotes or whatever, that shows 10,000 people are like, yes, I like that.
Right.
I'm going to do that. And now we have 10,000 people with $1,000 a piece, but we're talking a group of 2 million. Like that's grew to 2.8 million. Just in
and then
like
that got everyone outside of that circle too. It wasn't just that like Wall Street. Like, because like, we heard about it. I'm not part of that Reddit subreddit.
Yeah.
Like
the media has blew it out of proportion. We've seen CNBC are talking about it. Like it's on the news.
Right.
Just Redditors. It's like, what? And that's the thing. I would say there's 90% below average investors in there. They have no idea what they're doing. They couldn't read financial statements if they tried. And there's that 1% that do their due diligence and they know exactly what they're talking about. And if those 90% follow that 1%, you're a winner. You're a winner.
All right.
Wow.
Well, speaking of the news cycles and all that, someone that I kept seeing that was on the news heavily during this whole week, trying to explain things to people, were the Winklevoss twins, who most people will probably know about, the guys that try to steal Facebook from Mark Zuckerberg or claim they made it first. Yeah. So you know about this?
Were they the same people that were saying that Elon Musk is going to go to outer space to mine gold?
I don't know anything about that, but it's highly possible because
it sounds like
these guys like to spit some shit. All right.
What do they do? What were they
I
saying?
have no idea. I was hoping you guys could explain, but I guess not.
The Winklevoss twins. Huh?
Yeah. All right. So, guys, forget that.
Let's do your own research. Find out for yourself.
I guess I'll have to find that one out for myself. But all right, I got one last question.
Oh, they got $65 million from Facebook.
Oh, as a settlement?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
So that shows they were
Network's
close.
A solid movie.
That shows they were close.
That's pretty good.
They
backed Bitcoin, so they probably got mad Bitcoin money too.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what he's saying Elon Musk is doing with the gold in outer space, to show that gold isn't like, gold can just keep being mined. But Bitcoin, there's only 18 million out there or whatever it is.
Well, let's talk about that. Where does, because cryptos have been a part of this conversation also. I know Doggy Coin has been part of it. Like, why are cryptos?
First question, how the fuck do you say it? Is it dog coin, doggy coin, dodge coin?
Well, there's an E.
I've been calling it Doge. Yeah.
Okay, Doge.
You know, you rip a bogue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, facts.
That was well put.
Yeah, somebody explain that to me.
So, I mean, with crypto, I haven't done as much research, but I know the ins and outs.
Okay.
Dogecoin was a complete meme coin, but it has functionality as such of Litecoin. So, you know, there's still an encryption. It's still a blockchain, but it doesn't have any functional value.
Right. It was just there to be a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there to be a joke. And there's no regulation on crypto.
Right.
The only time we've seen regulation was when China deregulated it. And that was the biggest catalyst. That was like Franz Ferdinand shooting whoever it was. World War One. Yeah, start of the World War. That dropped Bitcoin from like 18 grand back down to like 1,000 or 8,000 or whatever it was. And that is basically what's happening with Dogecoin now, is that a bunch of, if enough people are saying, yeah, I'm going to keep buying, the buy price goes up. And that's what happens. We've seen it drop, actually. I think it's dropped in the last.
Do you still have? Because I know
I still have it. Yeah,
it's definitely dropped in my bank account. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, my idea was just buy not a few. Like, I think I got like 9,000 Doge, but they're less than 4 cents. So I was like, all right, let me get all these. If it goes to $1, I'll cash out. I'll make my money. You know.
Yeah, I got like half 100,000 or something like that.
Wait, let me ask you.
You're wild.
I really thought I was gonna go to the moon. It still might. Yeah.
Well, I got a question. All right, so my last question actually. So if you have GameStop, AMC, Black, whatever, or Dogecoin, whatever, like you bought into one of these stocks or securities that were being short, being squeezed all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Right now, if you kept it, what's the move?
I have.
Is this financial advice, Wes?
I'm asking.
No, not financial advice, but I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Sure.
I have NAKD because that short squeeze is going to happen this upcoming Friday. that's when all the positions gonna get screwed then.
Okay.
That I'm already up 260% on, I think, which is huge for me because people are saying it's gonna go to 10, maybe even $100. If that happens, I mean,
Oh
come
my
on,
God.
come on, I'm quitting my job if that happens.
That's another one that what did I say? Robinhood took off their market completely.
Yep.
Like you can't
I
even
could
search
only
it up
sell.
anymore.
I could only sell.
it just
and
doesn't
what
exist.
happened? What
Mhm.
happened when I could only sell? It went from $3 down to $1.60. You know, that's what happens when I can only sell. But I would say AMC also, you're going to need to hold because Monday Open is going to be ridiculous. We're probably going to see it skyrocket. Now there's going to be a huge sell-off. You know, if AMC hits 50, realistically, everyone's going to leave. I mean, we've just made guap. Most people bought this thing at $4, and now it's at 50. You put in 40 bills, and you have 500, just like that. It makes sense. And then you multiply it to the people on Twitter and stuff. We follow Zach Morris. 4,000. If he puts in $400,000, now he has 5 million. Because AMC went from 4 to 50.
Yo, his profits, oh my God, when he shows them on Twitter,
ridiculous,
are insane.
And the biggest thing is with this movement is it's FOMO, realistically. I see this guy making $1 million. I'm like, I can't miss out on that. I need
I
that.
want to make $1 million.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind making $1 million.
It's the regular people that do it. That like when you see that, you're like, oh, even this average Joe is fucking getting like 10,000 right there. I could do that then.
I could do that, yeah. I've been seeing people that don't even know about the stock market, didn't even study finance in college. They're posted on their story like, "Oh my God, I just made $2,000 from AMC."
My hand is up high, bro, for that one. Let's go.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on here? You know? And it's fear of missing out. People are getting rich. Let me get on the train.
All right, so I got one final question. All right, you got something to say?
Yeah. I got a side note that can definitely wait for the end of this.
Okay. I love how this just turned to a Q&A for Wes. Like, he's
our
financial
analyst. Yeah.
No, we did need you to break it down. Hopefully it helps our viewers too. But so my final question is, do you think that this is going to be the catalyst for a lot of like regulation changes and rule changes going with trading?
Oh, yes and no. You got to realize there's a lot of politics involved in regulation.
Of course.
Now, we have Joe Biden. We don't know how he's going to treat the stock market right now. We have no idea because, you know, he could have said, yeah, we'll keep pumping the market. But then once he gets elected, he's not pumping the market and he wants to lower the values because we're overvalued, whatever. I mean, regulation wise, yeah, there has to be something like go down because there's no efficient market hypothesis if this continues. Right? That's been thrown out the window. If that gets thrown out the window, it becomes a casino. The stock market becomes a casino because now all it is, okay, what train am I getting on? When am I getting on it? When am I getting off?
And it's just all going to be like short-term, like
short-term gains,
rapid pace.
Yeah. Oh, tax thing for everyone out there. Short-term gains. If you hold a stock for less than a year, you get taxed at your income tax. So it's looking tough on me because I've had like over 100% gain on my portfolio in the last year, and I haven't held any of the stocks for over a year. If you hold them for a year, I think you only get taxed 15%. Hence why Warren Buffett is a billionaire.
Wait, now that I think about it, the taxes must have been crazy for like this last week because everyone sold all that shit.
Yeah,
and everyone's filing their taxes
wait until the W-2. And a lot of people don't understand this because they're like, oh, this is just like I go to a casino. I don't get taxed on my casino money. That's not how it works, bud.
You don't win like this in the casino.
These brokerages take your Social Security for tax purposes. You know, they can send you a W-2 now, and now you have to pay on that. So, you know, let's say you made $5,000 in the past year and you didn't hold any stocks for over a year. You're now getting taxed your income tax. You're losing a third of it.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Well,
you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay that back because you've already took those gains. it's if you withdraw too. There's certain ways to get around it, but you know, realistically, a lot of people are going to get burned on this.
Yeah, because it's just
Okay.
the average Joe. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing about this.
So you think more regular people that wanted to hop on the train are gonna get screwed more than the suits?
I mean,
In terms of
we've
tax, definitely.
already
Yeah.
seen, yeah, in terms of tax for sure, because they just don't know about it. But Melvin Capital, those suits, they're done. They're done.
Mhm.
These Wall Street bettors have done them in. Although they did just get an infusion from Steve Cohen of 2.7 billion, happens to be how much they lost. I don't know.
Wow.
If they got anything going on there, I don't know.
Wait, that's the Mets owner?
Yeah, he owns
Mhm.
0.72 Asset Management. He actually, fun fact, he bought a dead shark for 8 million and like put it in his office. It's just a dead shark in a case.
Oh, like a stuffed.
It's
What
8
do
million.
they call
yeah.
that?
And the crazy thing is, probably wrote it off as a tax expense.
Wow.
That's what these boys do.
Bro, my life
You want
is
an
a tax
LLC?
expense.
Yep.
My life. Oh
you
my
could
God.
turn this podcast into an LLC, and
For real.
you know, you could get Zoom Plus. Is it Zoom Plus or Zoom Gold?
Oh,
Whatever. The thing is.
Whatever.
Premium
Premium.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy premium Zoom. Write that off as an expense. You know.
Bro, I'm getting premium everything then, not just
Yeah,
OnlyFans, yo.
let me s-
Yeah. It's basically like a 30% off anything if you own an LLC.
hmm
Mm.
Yeah.
I saw like some weird
It's
thing on
kinda
TikTok.
cool.
It was like if you just like own your own house and you have a business, an LLC, you could write that out. You could like rent
Yep.
it to yourself and then write it off for taxes, and then
Yeah,
you make
fuck
your
outta
own
here.
like rent
All you
money.
need is an address. All you
And-
need is a mailing address.
Exactly, and it's like where you live. You're like you're not paying taxes
Yeah.
Get
for
the
that,
fuck
just for
outta
living.
here.
Yeah.
Bro. This whole
Some-
thing is
some
the game you
companies-
gotta play.
I don't know. Me and Austin are in a very similar industry. Wow, the same
Yeah.
industry. A lot of the companies that I see have PO boxes or UPS boxes as their mailing address.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you need.
Well, I know at least in my area, some people it's easier for them to have the PO box instead of sending it to where they're actually located.
Yeah,
'Cause-
true.
So that's
That
just a
makes sense.
factor. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably not thinking. They're probably in the same boat I am, where I don't know this shit. So
Yeah,
they just did the logical thing or the reasonable thing for your average
Yeah.
Joe.
because you can write off anything.
Yeah.
You know, the people are saying start up your own landscaping. Call it landscaping company. You pay
Your own
yourself.
grass.
Yeah, you pay yourself $20 a week to mow your own grass. Now, your toilet paper, free. Any cleaning supplies, well, not free, but write off, tax
Right.
expense, write off.
It's less taxes.
And
on
what
you.
it
It's 20
equates to is saving 30% on all of this stuff. It's nice.
So it's all about moving smart.
That's how the
not-
rich do it. Yeah.
I was never
Yeah.
good at games, man.
All right. Speaking of games, should we go to our favorite game?
What is there any more news?
Is there?
Any more
is
news?
there-
Did anything
Is
else happen?
You know what? Let me-
Portnoy,
I want to say my.
fighting with Steve Cohen.
Oh yeah.
That was a
a-
good one.
Oh,
That was a good
well,
one.
You know what?
He's an
There might
angry
be some
man.
stuff. I don't want to really talk about anything else, but I do want to say real quick to all the Trump supporters out there, or like all the left people that are like that voted for Trump, bro, and now they're all fuck Wall Street, fuck the rich and all that. Let me tell you something. That's who you were voting for, and now all of a sudden you want to fall back. Like, bro, pick a side.
You asked for this.
Exactly. This is exactly what I mean.
Oh my
But fuck
God.
them. Just I need to get that out there.
Well, one of the ways my friend described Wall Street, he's also an auditor, like a Big Four. He said that what we saw last week was the Capitol riot, but in the stock market. And I thought that was awesome. That was
Facts.
perfect.
I think I
That's
saw it on
perfect.
Twitter.
That was biblical right there. That
They're,
was beautiful.
They're writing the capital, not the capital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
There you go.
nice. That's nice. I love that.
All
All right. Yeah, let's get into it.
right. Let's get straight into what's Brackin. That's our segment where we play a March Madness type of bracket where we try to pick the best of one subject or category. And we're still sticking with the time. We have Wes on the show. We have to talk about this. And our subject today is going to be the best meme security. So that's stocks, cryptos, anything in between. So you guys all have the bracket, right?
Yep,
Yep.
I got it.
All
We're up.
right.
You guys have it on right here. All right, so we have basically 8 contestants, 4 rounds for the first round, and okay, the first one is a little interesting.
Mm.
I think I see a clear winner. We have GameStop versus Sundial Growers.
Now,
Yes. we do.
sundial growers grow weed. Is that what I'm assuming?
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
They had a huge
Cannabis
jump.
manufacturing. Cannabis manufacturing.
Now, how are we looking at? Are we looking at which one
Yeah.
would we invest in now, or which one's just the funnier stock?
So I feel like we never really do this when we have brackets, but we should do it for this one. There should be like 3 categories where we judge them off. The movement they had in like the last like week or two, the one we would rather buy into,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe which one's like just funnier overall.
Okay.
So like,
I like
those should be
that.
the 3 categories, and then like I don't know if you win 2 or 3 of those, then
Yeah,
or
you have to
did
you have to qualify. Yeah.
yeah. So I
All
think well in GameStop in terms of movement, that's not being touched.
Number one.
Yeah, number one. Impossible.
Okay.
In terms of like funniness, GameStop
I
I
don't-
think is up there.
GameStop
Is it
again.
that funny?
It's a brick and mortar store that just
Right.
like
But
800% or whatever it did, you know?
it's like
I don't know, and it was the catalyst of all this too. Like that was the first one.
Yeah.
there's other ones that I think are funny. I don't know.
But it's going against Sundial.
It's
right now.
definitely, you know what? It's a meme. It's like I don't. It's not
because
a
the
funny
whole
meme,
thing
but it
is
a
like
meme.
if you sell 1,000 games to GameStop, you get like 20 cents. But now
Yeah.
we got that the
Well, that's why
shares to
it's
fucking
fuck
300
GameStop.
bucks.
Well,
I still
yeah.
think it's fucking GameStop. Bro, GameStop should be in the ground. I'm sorry.
GameStop's going to 1,000.
There you go. Fuck the moon is going to the sun.
All right.
Yeah.
The sundial.
And what
Yeah.
was the? Oh, would we buy it now?
See, that's a risk versus reward. In my opinion, sundial growers,
I think
Risking-
sundial's the
Yeah,
thing.
Sundial's the one to buy.
because you're risking $1 or whatever it is right now, 80 cents. Risking 80 cents for the
Mhm.
chance of it to go up. The worst you can lose is 80 cents a share. That's the worst you can
Mhm.
lose. It goes to 0, you know? Oh, big deal. Whatever.
And cannabis is a growing industry.
Yeah. But you could chuck all
When-
your money into GameStop this week. It couldn't work out. And now your $330 stock is now worth $10 and you should out of luck.
And
Let
you're
me- wait.
broke.
I gotta ask you then. I didn't even think about it. So if cannabis is a growing market, why are they considered a meme stock? Why is Sundial a meme stock?
Now, this is why it's a meme. It's still federally illegal.
Okay.
At
fact.
the federal level, this thing is illegal.
Oh.
And it's on the market. It's being chucked around like there's no tomorrow. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
That is funny. Actually.
This is why we got you on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so I
So
think
that's
we agree.
GameStop.
GameStop.
That's
Yeah.
GameStop.
Yeah. It's
GameStop.
GameStop. Okay.
This is a battle. This next one's a battle.
I like the next one. Would you like to read that, Austin?
Yeah, probably. Next one is BlackBerry versus Nokia, the two smartphone companies that we.
The not so smartphone companies.
Now, let me throw this out here, right? You
Yes.
throw a Nokia at the ground, it breaks the ground. But BlackBerry had the Space Invaders game. You remember that?
Dude, it had
Ball-rolling
Oh.
game?
the brick
Yeah,
breaker.
BM, BlackBerry Messenger.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
I
that's
never
a
had.
good-
I never had either of these as a kid. I was in my cheap Verizon flip phone, $50 phone days.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, if you had a BlackBerry when we were like 9,
Yeah.
and it was think about this: when you were 9 years old, you saw a kid with a Nokia. Something's
Yep.
up with that kid. Like he's already driving to his dad's pickup and shit.
Yeah.
But you got
Yo,
a BlackBerry.
I had like a Nokia. I had a Nokia like all of high school. Like
Yeah. I had a Nokia when I was a kid for Bobby Carrot. That was
I
like
don't
the
know what
only
that is.
game I played.
Oh,
it was
okay.
a pretty stupid
Oh.
game on there. Bobby Carrot and Snake.
Oh,
Snake,
Snake.
That was
yeah,
the
that's
only
cool. I'll
still
reason
play
I had
Snake.
it. And so I text my mom that I was like where I was.
Mm.
you
that's
know,
all you could do.
about
And yeah, I kind of miss when phones were just that.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing: Nokia could still today, I feel like, come out with a phone that's built rugged and stuff, and someone will want that. Like, there's still definitely a market for like indestructible phones.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What
There's
is
gotta be.
BlackBerry? I don't need a small keyboard anymore.
That's the thing. These companies, I don't know how they've branched
Survive.
out on their business model
Well,
because
BlackBerry-
they got dominated But
BlackBerry still made touchscreen phones. They made modern phones. They're just not good.
yeah, and that's like how you got to look at this. It's
Right.
like, which one would I rather have now?
But if we're talking memes, BlackBerry might take that spot
Mm.
because it's funnier.
yeah,
No,
it's more
though.
dead.
But like a Nokia, like that is the meme of like something hard and indestructible. Like
Nokia was a meme to begin with, even
Yeah,
back when it was
for
at
all
its prime.
those.
Yeah, it's still a meme.
yeah. Well, BlackBerry's just funny because it got knocked out like Nate Robinson, Jake Paul. It got clean swept by the iPhone
Yo,
in
you see,
2012.
Side note: Jake Paul is getting his next fight.
Yes.
Who's
Did they
he
say
fighting?
who it was?
Yeah, some
Oh,
ex
it was
boxer
yeah,
or
but
ex
he's
MMA
like
fighter, one of the
he
other.
can't throw a punch at
Oh,
all.
Ben
Yeah.
Askren. Ben
Yeah.
Askren.
Yeah.
He's like the worst
known
like
for his
puncher ever.
Terrible striking. Yeah.
I
Alright,
mean,
we'll
yo,
see how
that's
that
a
goes.
great move for Jake.
Facts.
Yeah.
No, everyone. That's the biggest thing for
Get like a
everyone.
professional fighter that can't like hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
And
get your name up.
Ben Askren is
Right.
he has the whole UFC behind him. If he loses this, the UFC's done for. You know.
He's got the whole world behind him, bro. I don't think
Yeah,
any
he's got-
UFC
yeah,
people-
Yo, since you guys since we're on it, do
Yeah.
you guys fuck with like Ryan Garcia, the boxer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love.
Apparently he's getting in a fight with Pacquiao.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
great.
see how
Yeah,
that
he's
goes,
about to
man.
get his ass like whooped.
I'll watch it though.
Pacquiao.
And like fair play to Ryan
Yep.
Garcia, like he's like
And then
hyped
the
to
next
get his ass
step-
whooped.
No, Ryan Garcia is going to knock out Pacquiao.
You think
Yeah,
so?
That's a hard
Yeah,
take,
dude.
That's a hard take.
Bro.
Dude, Ryan Garcia is a freak, bro. I've never seen someone at his weight class throw a punch like he does. You don't see knockout body shots. This kid can do them any fight.
That is
It's
true. But this is
crazy.
Pacquiao, bro. This one guy.
I know.
Pacquiao's-
Pacquiao plays chess.
ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays chess. I just said
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit actually is the he picks his punches. I mean, against Mayweather, apparently like injured his rotator cuff 2 weeks before and still took the fight because he's getting 50 million or whatever. He's a big charity
Mhm.
guy, sending off to charity. Didn't give a fuck about the 50 mil. He was like, I don't care.
What a fucking legend.
He's a legend. But
All right, let's go back to
yeah.
Oh yeah. So wait, what are we saying? Nokia,
Nokia
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry. I mean, what were the 3 categories?
I don't even know. I
I
made
don't
that
I don't
up.
even think it applies to this anymore.
Oh, yeah, no. I think the biggest meme has to be BlackBerry.
I
BlackBerry.
agree, BlackBerry.
I feel
I'll
like
go with
Nokia
BlackBerry,
still
yep.
has technology, right? Like it's a tech company. They still
Yeah. They can
Mhm.
still make whatever.
Yeah, they can make
Yeah.
a spaceship for all I know.
Facts.
About. Like,
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
team up with Elon Musk, get some
This next
indestructible
one.
spit.
This next one's tough.
So the Naked brand versus Dogecoin.
Doggy coin.
Now, for everyone out there, Naked brand, everyone's been asking me this. They thought it was like Naked Smoothies and stuff like that. Pretty sure it's a dead apparel company.
I
That's
thought it was
what
a
it is.
children's toy company. Or am I
No,
bugging?
no. It's a
No, you're
it's a
bugging.
clothing company.
I'm
It's a
bugging?
clothing
Okay.
company. It's like sexy, like lingerie.
Sure.
It's what it began.
Oh, that
as.
makes sense. Naked.
It's like naked. Yeah, naked clothing.
I mean,
Look
that's
at
that's a meme
Legend of
though.
Oz.
If you want,
Yeah, this is a meme in itself.
but then
it's up
fucking
against
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. It's
It was
against
literally made for the
Dogecoin.
meme.
Yeah.
The
So we have a
coin made for
dead
meme.
company versus a currency that can't be used for anything.
is no. I don't get how we're arguing this. It's Dogecoin. It's the
gotta
whole
be.
purpose of it is to be the meme.
Yeah,
I just love NAKD because it made me money. That's
Ha.
that's why I'm gonna plug this in.
That's
If
what
you're
I'm saying.
listening, buy Dogecoin right now so we can get that shit up back to 0.08 so I can make my money back. I'm down bad right now.
No. We're buying a lot of it because we love Dogecoin and we believe in it. That's why.
No one
We're
needs
not
to see
into
me.
insider information here. We're not into that.
No one needs to see me winking right now. Like,
I went into AMC because I love that popcorn. GameStop, that was where I got my first console. You have to invest in that because legacy, tradition.
nah, I'm always fuck GameStop, no matter what. Even if I'm
always-
playing a part. No matter how much they pay me, or no matter how much money I make from off them. Fuck GameStop.
Fuck
Yeah.
GameStop. Always. All right.
All right, so we're going Dogecoin
It's
on that.
Dogecoin.
Yeah.
It's Dogecoin.
All right, last
please.
bout of the first round. We have Bed Bath and Beyond versus AMC.
Now, as a former employee of AMC, fuck AMC. As a movie lover,
Didn't you have the membership?
oh, I had
As well?
everything, bro. I was fully
Yeah.
invested. Bro.
Gold member.
AMC movie theaters in general are done.
Yeah, did they give you
That's-
stocks while you worked there?
No,
They gave you-
I don't want them.
Austin's got
all-
equity in the company. Doesn't
As
even
soon
realize-
no, because let me tell you,
every other coworker took it except Austin. He's like, nah, I hate you guys. Now they're all rich.
Yeah.
as soon as all this shit dies down, all this fake investing, if you will,
Mhm.
movie theaters are done. It's good. It's one of those ones like GameStop. It's just gonna go back down. Once everyone's trying to stop trying to save it, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
I think Bed Bath and Beyond is still gonna
I
be
didn't
a
know
thing.
Bed Bath & Beyond was doing bad.
No, what
like
happened with
Bed Bath &
Bed Bath &
Beyond.
Beyond? That's been talking about for like a while now. A lot of people have been talking about that. And it's
Why?
only just became like a big thing. Short squeezing again. And
Bro,
I guess there's
go
there's
to Bed
enough
Bath
people-
Beyond. I like Bed Bath &
That's what
Beyond.
I'm saying. The products they have, I feel like you need to like see in person. You can't just pick a bed.
Bro,
You can't just pick a bed. You need
you're
to
buying
test
a
that
bed.
shit out.
Where's the first place you go?
Beyond.
Bed
Beyond.
Bath & Beyond, bro. Also, shout out Click with Adam Sandler when he gets the remote in the back of the Bed Bath & Beyond from Christopher Walken.
That shit was so.
Never
That's
seen
where
it,
my mind's
but-
at right now.
Yeah, never seen it, but we're
Oh,
there.
all
we're
right.
there. I'm there in spirit.
I think
wait.
I think we can go AMC with this one
Yes.
Yeah,
because AMC was also one of the starts of this whole Wall Street bets thing too.
Yeah.
facts.
And AMC is just, I mean,
And it's
we're
actually
in the
addictive.
middle of a pandemic and it's
Yeah.
a movie theater.
Yeah,
I
but that's
mean-
what I'm saying. It's cooked. Let me
Yeah,
tell you,
so-
I went back to the movie theater once I could, back in like October. I don't know when it was, like later, a few months ago.
Yeah.
It's. I don't need
It's a
it.
dead
I-
zone,
I don't
right?
need it anymore, man.
Is it a dead zone or what's
Yeah.
the
Oh my god. You like they're worried about regulating all the rules and stuff, like regulating the people in there. You don't need to. There's no one there.
Yeah, there's no one there. Yeah. You're always 6 feet from someone.
Yeah. It's not like the me and the one other person in the theater are sitting right next to each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a side note, I actually, I got COVID and I still can't smell very well. So
Right now.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and it's
Oh,
been
dude.
I was exposed January 1st and yeah, it's been 30 days.
Jeez.
No
Do you
smell.
feel okay otherwise? Besides the smell?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel
Okay.
great now. I mean, all I had really was one bad night where my throat hurt.
Mm.
Woke up at 3 a.m., ripped a whiskey shot, went back to sleep. Woke up the next day and went to work because we're working from home.
Right.
And I went through the day casually with COVID. I don't know.
Hey,
What about
so
yourself?
you're here now.
Yeah. A lot of other people, though, watch out. A lot of other people of my friends, exact same as me, healthy, they were bad. So,
Mm.
we can't take it too lightly. But
Dude, I thought I got it. I got tested Wednesday twice just because I woke up feeling like absolute shit. And
yeah,
I'm negative. I got PCR and rapid. Both came out
good
negative.
lad.
Mm.
But yeah, dude. I thought
Yeah,
I
it's
was
no fun.
Yeah. I also thought the weed that I smoked last night was laced. I thought I was gonna die more from that. But I'm
I
here
heard
now.
mango juice. Mango juice
Mango
really
juice is
emphasizes,
the shit.
oh,
No, I've been
man-
drinking this yerba mate, yerba mate. Which
oh yeah.
Is that from the first episode?
Do you want to do a quick ad on that?
No. We
No.
already sponsored them.
I mean,
yeah, I know. Already been sponsored. Yeah,
I love it, bro. It made me feel like my chest was rippling along my body.
What?
Whoa.
I swear to God.
I feel like
That's some
okay.
trippy shit.
Like you've seen the soccer videos, Avid, of the people doing the like bendy thing.
Ooh.
Doing that header. Yeah, it's like so funny. Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, it's like
We'll have to send you the
Nugget
video.
shit.
We'll have to
Yeah.
send you the video, Austin. It's hilarious.
All right, back to the
All
bracket.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
that's-
so we're on the semifinals now. Wait,
Yep.
we said AMC, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
AMC
Alright, so-
made it.
So we have two semifinal bouts. The first one would be GameStop versus BlackBerry.
I mean, again, it's GameStop is just ridiculous.
GameStop is pushing along, man.
Yeah.
In my
the
mind.
fact that a dead company, the catalyst for it too, if you didn't know, was because they changed their board. So they were like, "Oh, we can work off this news." They changed the board of directors and they put the Chewy Foods CEO on there.
That's where that. Okay,
I don't know where that translates to GameStop at all, but
Sometimes it doesn't. Hey, they made it when Bob Iger left Disney, they put the guy in charge of parks as his replacement, as opposed to one of the creatives. You know what I mean?
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
But no,
you have the brain.
the parks is the bigger business because you can let creatives do creative. Like you don't have to worry about that from a business aspect. Creatives are going to be
Right.
creative, but
Mhm.
if you can have someone take the creative and profit off of it, you got to have a business mind, not a creative mind.
Yep.
Mm.
I see what you're saying. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. I don't know how chewy food like dog treats translates to brick and mortar game store, but I see
Well, maybe
I see why.
I'm assuming that they're looking for someone that can lead them into the digital era and get them out of brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Because Chewy.com, that's all online, right? That's like
Yeah.
so.
It's a
That's
good
what I'm
move.
assuming.
E-commerce, baby. E-commerce.
There you go. All right.
I think just going off that, I think that's
Yeah.
fair to say GameStop will easily wash away BlackBerry.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
BlackBerry's done for.
People
There we
aren't really
go.
talking about BlackBerry anymore, but
I
GameStop will be talked about in history papers. So
games,
I can't wait till like I have kids and like we could read their textbooks.
Mhm. Dude.
I'll be like, yo, I went through that shit. Like,
yeah, and then we'll say, oh yeah, a brick and mortar video game store in 2020 rising or 2021 rising 800%. That should have been the signal of the crash.
It's gonna be explained to your kids.
should have saw that coming, son.
Should have saw that one
Shoulda
coming,
got-
yeah.
All right, so we have
Oh.
GameStop as one of the finalists,
Mhm.
and the next semifinal match we have Dogecoin versus AMC. Ooh, I think that's a good matchup.
This is a tough one.
It's Dogecoin for me.
Dogecoin?
Yeah.
You're just a fan of Dogecoin. You should buy.
I think meme factor,
That
easy.
that's where it's
Mhm.
taking me.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. This thing has no value. This thing has no tangible value. You can't, at least AMC, you can touch a store and oh, okay, that's generating revenue. What the hell am I supposed to do with Dogecoin?
Wait, so how do cryptos get like? This might be a stupid question, but how do cryptos like get value?
From their
It's the exact-
scarcity.
like a product. It's a product. If someone's willing to pay 40 cents for it, it's worth 40 cents.
It's literally just supply and demand.
So
There's
it's
a
all
limited
made up?
Yeah.
All right, bet. I think Dogecoin wins.
It has some wild elasticity. I think Dogecoin, yeah. But
Well,
this is what makes the final so interesting.
Wait, no, let's talk about this because now we got GameStop, who has the number one physical company, tangible, versus Dogecoin, which is I don't know how to put it in words.
Yeah. Let me just say, even Michael Jackson can't touch Dogecoin. I don't know. What are we saying, boys?
Oh,
I kind of want to.
I think this one we have to do the categories.
Okay, yeah.
Well, let me tell you before we even get into that. In my mind, I really want to spite GameStop, and I don't want to give it to them.
Okay.
So I'm a little biased right now.
I am tight. I gave him a
Okay.
good ass game back when I was a kid. And
I
they
gave
only
him
gave me
my
like 20 cents
PSP,
for
bro.
it. How much
My-
you got for it? Like
I don't.
$2?
Not enough. Not what I paid for it,
Oh, D.
and some games and. DVDs. Oh God, fuck that! I want that back. I want my PSP back.
All right. Well, is there like a number we could put for like GameStop's growth? How much did it go up? I can open up my.
Yeah, there's definitely public information.
I'll open it up right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like GameStop
Yeah.
definitely moved the most.
Wait, are you looking for the growth? in their stock,
No.
or-
You got to realize Dogecoin, I'm looking at the chart right now, a month ago was worth less than a cent.
And what's it at now?
It was
Like-
it was 0.007. So it was
Wow.
7/10 of a cent.
Right.
And now, I mean, it hit. If we want to go just based on what it hit high, I'm pretty sure it hit 7 cents.
It hit 8 for a little.
Jeez.
It hit 8 cents.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for something to go from less
Oh.
than a penny to 8
Yep.
cents,
That's like a
That's
1,000
way more.
multiplier. Yeah.
That's way more than
you're
GameStop.
making a ridiculous amount of money.
What is GameStop? I think GameStop's like 300%, something like around there.
Yeah,
Like no more than 300.
yeah, but
Right.
GameStop is also it was a bigger playing field. The people
Mhm.
people like you were battling hedge funds in this.
Right.
You know,
Also, you have
Exactly.
to
battling anyone.
getting
Ga-
into cryptos in general is a whole new process for some people. That like you have to-
Yeah.
it's a learning curve.
And they went
Yeah.
into Dogecoin because like Robin and all these people were blocking
Right.
trade of GameStop and all that
Yep.
shit. So then they went like, all right, let's try cryptos then.
If anything, GameStop was the catalyst for Dogecoin also.
For
I think
yeah,
GameStop
no,
was a catalyst
100%.
for everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
All right, so it's 1-1 in categories, I guess.
I mean, when we have Elon Musk,
Yeah. In terms of
and,
movement.
you know, we have Elon
it's-
Musk talking about it, Mr. Beast talking about it.
Uh-huh.
Facts.
You know,
Now, what was the? Oh, which one would we buy? It's
I mean,
Doge.
I'm in Dogecoin.
Yeah. I mean,
it has to be Dogecoin again. The risk reward.
all right. So
Ooh.
that's a step above. But now, which one's the bigger meme? That's the final. If
Mm.
GameStop has the meme factor, then we're tied again.
Oh, we just made 4 categories when we had
No,
3
there's
originally.
There's 3.
I think
Okay.
based on the meme, in my personal experience, I want to go GameStop.
I think GameStop.
I want to go GameStop.
GameStop
My
has
reason,
been
my reason is because I used to be a suit, you know, I was, or a half suit, you know, and it was just, you know, you get screwed over being a suit.
Yeah.
Corporate America always wins, you
Mhm.
know, and these suits have won for too long. I'm all about taking them down. I don't care if the whole market crashes and ruins everyone's retirement fund. As long as they lose their house in Marbella or the Hamptons, they lose a second house in the Hamptons, I'm all for it. You know?
Let's go the little guy. I completely agree. I think I completely agree. Yo, you put it beautifully.
That was well
Yeah.
put.
I might cry.
Um,
Austin looks stressed.
I'm trying.
No,
I'm
it's
thinking.
just-
I can't.
Austin looks. He's about to call up AMC.
I'm against.
About to call his old manager.
I'm against flipping coins like that type of decision making when it comes to this. Like I want to say I picked one. You know what I mean? And that's difficult.
It's got to be GameStop. Like it's even like the categories we already talked about, like the movement. Its movement impact
Yeah.
in terms of like the revolution that we're causing right now
Yeah.
is way more impactful than any
Yeah.
category that Dogecoin is
We're
in.
talking, if you do another bracket and you do like biggest movements in history, you're gonna have like GameStop battling against like Martin
Fucking
Luther
Archduke
King
Ferdinand.
and Archduke Ferdinand and the Brackin gang. You know, it's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy.
Like GameStop's up there, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's got to be GameStop.
It's GameStop. Yeah,
it's GameStop.
it's games. All right.
But the coin factor blows my mind because it's just
it deserved to be in the finals. It was a good
Yeah.
opponent.
I mean, I still have hope for it. Hopefully, it's a
Yeah,
big
you're still in
grower.
All
All
right.
right, there we go. This
All right.
week's bracket, we have the winner, GameStop, as the best meme currency.
Fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, we did it.
yeah,
We
we
did.
did.
All right.
We got
You
through it.
Move
All
on
right.
to settle this.
Yeah, boys, that was enough fucking stock talk.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that.
Let's get out of that. Yeah.
Yes.
I need to clear my head.
All right. So if you guys don't know, settle this quick. Just we're doing over under. I'll ask RV or B will ask me. We'll discuss. And
And Wes, if you have anything that
Wes,
you want to
yeah, please
get
chime in.
overrated or underrated, then you could.
Okay.
if you
throw
come
some
up
at
with
us
one,
too.
if you want to just
Okay.
get in the combo, feel free.
Yeah. So how about I start?
After you.
So I'll throw this for you guys. You know how this works, Wes, right?
Yeah, I know how this works.
Okay. So my first one, overrated,
Avid
underrated.
listener.
I know. Yeah, I was just making
Hey.
sure. Making sure you're worthy of that T-shirt we gave you in a couple years. Our first one, overrated, underrated. It's Always Sunny.
Underrated.
The
It's
show.
the most underrated television show.
Really? It gets it's
No,
well rated.
dude, it hasn't won a single Emmy. I don't think it's been nominated for an Emmy.
Oh wow.
When it's easily the funniest, it's up there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's underrated.
And to be able to go for this long and still, it's still at the top. Like it's still it I'm not gonna say
Mhm.
it keeps getting better. I feel like, but it stayed consistently good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
How
love
long's
the
it been around
titles.
for?
Was that?
How long has it been around for?
They're
Sorry.
well. See, there's two different discussions. How long it's been around for? It's started in 2000. So I think it's on for 16. No. Yeah, probably like 16. It's been on since like 2005, 2000, something like that. It's been
Jesus.
early, yeah. But where they get their recognition from is like they keep getting renewed so like by the time they've been renewed to go to like season 20 or something like that, like something absurd number, which makes it the longest running live action sitcom ever.
Yeah.
More than like
That in
wait.
itself, legendary.
Outside of like soap operas,
Yeah.
it's the
And you're
longest.
saying it's got no like recognition from
No
awards?
Emmys, no awards, not
Oh, you said live action as in terms like
Inter-
like
use-
able-
you know,
like
really
not animated?
underrated.
Yeah,
yeah. No, because obviously there's like
underrated.
one piece.
Yeah, I didn't know it didn't get any like rewards.
Yeah,
or,
awards.
Oh, wait,
Awards.
yeah, my bad.
No.
I'll
Here's a
redo my
cookie.
next then.
All right. Yeah, underrated is fine.
Underrated. Okay.
All right, my first one for you guys, the McGriddle.
Yo, I actually got a McGriddle for the first time in like years. Like,
Oh,
last
how'd that
week.
go?
It was like you feel awful after you eating McGriddle, but like I love it.
Did you?
Did I feel awful? Or did I love it?
Both.
That's the
No,
thing. Did you really
picture,
love it?
Yeah.
Did you love
Yeah.
the experience?
Maybe I don't know. They throw that fucking catchphrase at you. You're fucking ma.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm loving it.
The McGriddle's one of those, like, even watching someone eat it makes me feel horrible.
Yeah. I've tried them once. And I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yo, one of my ex like bosses, like every single day, he used to make me get him a McGriddle or 2 McGriddles and a giant ass high C cup. Bro, I think he's dead from my diabetes now or some shit.
yeah,
Like, I
he's
wouldn't
gotta
be
be
surprised.
sad,
Like, I don't know if he made it to
You want to know
2020.
something crazy? The large cup of soda in America is bigger than the large and medium in England
Yeah. No,
Like,
we have
combined?
an issue.
combined.
Jesus.
Yeah. Dude,
It's
you'd be surprised.
crazy.
Like a large fry for us as like a side is like enough to be a meal in most countries.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go overrated.
All right.
Overrated. Yeah.
Wes, you got one? Or you-
Nah.
No, if Wes has one, Wes, feel free to spit it
Okay.
out
Just
whenever.
chime
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'll go. Overrated, underrated. Dave East.
Underrated.
Dave East, underrated. Underrated.
Hardest
as
out.
fuck.
One of the hardest. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, I understand that like backpack rap is like out. It's not really in style, but like if you want backpack rap,
He's the
I
man.
can't think of anyone doing it better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say this right now. I don't expect to get shit for it. I just expect people to not really understand. Check by Dave East with Offset is up there for hardest song with Lord Pretty Flacco Jody too.
Yo, I
Okay.
was listening to that song, and that does get me mad hype.
Bro, he said,
Yeah, I look
I
like a
had an
chick.
I had an uncle uptown. He used to make me look fresh. I had on Gucci before I could tell you what it was, and I had it on to the Jacks.
Hey!
That is the
Yo.
hardest bar
Nah.
ever.
Jokes on
Perfect.
yo, Davies didn't even say that. That was all Austin.
yeah. Ghostwriter. Austin's his ghostwriter.
I had on
Oh,
Gucci before I could tell you what it was, and I had it on the Jacks, bro. Oh my god. Okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
underrated.
Underrated for
Underrated.
sure.
Okay.
if I could switch that, what about Drake?
Ooh.
Okay. I've come around on Drake. I used to not I don't even know if hate's the right word, but I didn't like him.
I know what you're saying.
I didn't like his thing. And now I've come around on it. Like I'll listen to him. I like it. I'm not gonna when he releases something,
Yeah.
it's not immediately fuck Drake. Like I'll listen to it and
Yeah. But we're talking about a guy that's had everything, right? Like won everything.
but does he deserve it? It's just it's
Exactly.
kind of the Beyonce
Exactly.
conversation.
Yeah.
All right, Austin, you gotta stop talking then if you're doing it. Our fans still hate you about the Beyonce comment.
All right.
Nah,
No,
I
She's
think
a queen. She's a queen.
Drake deserves it.
Drake is
Drake-
rated.
He's properly rated.
But he's going, right?
He's one of the greatest like artists ever.
Thinking about his range, controller.
Dude,
and then
he-
Summer 16.
I read something. He gave like 30 or a double digit amount of artists their first #1 single by being featured on their song.
Yep.
There you go.
Doesn't
Anything he
surprise
touches
me
turns
at
to
all.
gold.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, man.
ridiculous. He had a Ferrari floating around his party. Just in the air.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Okay,
he
I'm sorry,
had
what?
he had a party at like his LA house or something. and he just had a Ferrari that's not even road legal. It's like just a Ferrari for show, and you can drive it on a track.
Right.
And he just had it floating around the ceiling while the party's going on.
That's a pretty big flex.
Wow.
Like
there
no
you go.
reason at all. It was just, it's just a safety hazard. It's just a safety hazard. at that
Let me
point.
say this though. I feel like nowadays with like media and shit, like everything, there's like an influx of attention or like ratings. So like obviously he's breaking all these records and shit, but like it's like
Mhm.
so many more people are paying attention.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna take that away from him. Like I don't think he's like
Mm.
the
you're
greatest artist
saying.
ever, but like obviously his numbers are up there.
Yeah.
You
Well, that's
can't
the-
take that away from him, but like maybe his
Yeah.
actual music is a little overrated.
So that's the thing. I was thinking about this actually recently. Like, art is subjective. Like everyone has their preference, right?
Yeah.
About what's good and what's not. But if you want to make it objective, sales is the way. Like, who has sold the most
Yeah.
records?
Take a
Like,
sample size.
and
A
he
huge.
is doing that. If you want to say who
Yeah.
technically who are people listening to, you look at the sales. Who's selling the most records? And it's Drake.
And Drake is a freak. He knocks
Drake?
every record out the park.
Drake!
But I like where you were going, Avid, with like the media and stuff, because the media have their guys, right?
They
Or their
choose.
girls
It's very-
that they
it's-
talk about.
Mhm.
So
Right.
Sports Center, perfect one. LeBron James. He can
Mhm.
do a normal dunk, and he's all over Sports Center. He's like all
Yeah.
over.
You guys saw like the jokes about like House of Highlights. They like LaMelo Ball does anything, and they start posting like
Yeah,
30 videos of
yeah.
him. Like he got up from the bench to like
They
yo
have their
LaMelo Ball.
goals. 6'9" was
Exactly.
all over the
Well,
place.
That's
you know?
another thing too. Like you're the best artist in the world might be in Zimbabwe, with his, playing for their, the locals and stuff. But because no one's out there to find him and give him the platform and the audience.
Mm.
Yep.
So
But that also time wise, like you brought up LeBron James, like doing something as long as you do and like stay in the media hype for that
Yeah.
long,
mhm.
then you have to be a
Longevity.
goat. You have to be a goat for that.
Longevity is huge.
Dude,
Especially in nowadays
Eminem.
where people's attention span is so low.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're
Eminem,
doing it-
yeah.
yeah, dude, Eminem is in the media still. Like he can release whatever music, but because
Yeah.
like
Uh,
the no, but
Tony
because-
Hawk.
and it's also his narrative change. Like it's now okay to hate Eminem.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird to say, but as someone who
Nah, he
grew
need
up
to
in that
stop making
time-
music.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let me give you the next one.
Well, I'm saying Drake properly rated.
Drake is rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rated.
All right. Well, actually, let's stick with music. Overrated, underrated, SoundCloud. Bro, you know what's funny? SoundCloud, like all the music that's on Spotify and streaming and like iTunes is free on SoundCloud still. People will still post their album that you would pay for everywhere else on Spotify for free.
Yeah. I
So
think SoundCloud
why don't we
is
use it more?
extremely underrated.
I think. Because there
It
was
doesn't
like the,
get the recognition.
But
there was like the couple years where it was like mad hype. All the
Right.
like obviously all like the Chipotle bag rappers were
Mhm.
coming out of it. But
yeah.
but like I don't know. I feel like it lost some of that hype now. Now it's just
that's it. They did start
little
making you pay
SoundCloud.
for it, and they're
Now
but-
it's TikTok. Now it's TikTok that's putting these artists on.
that
Because
is
it
right.
was SoundCloud, right? Like The Weeknd was a SoundCloud thing.
no, yeah.
Russ came big.
Russ
from
was a
SoundCloud.
Russ
SoundCloud
huge on
guy.
SoundCloud, dude.
Yeah.
Any one of those like emo rap, like Lil Peep, Lil Xan,
Yeah.
all
Mhm.
that, like any of them. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? YouTube is another big, but I want to stick with SoundCloud.
Yeah. I
If
feel
you-
like it's
I feel like 3 years ago I would say underrated, but right now I'm gonna go overrated in this time.
It's what we said last week with the baby. It's the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, it is the
Exactly.
timing.
Okay.
I switch it up a little for
Mhm.
mine. Overrated, underrated, iced coffee.
Overrated. I'm a hot coffee guy.
No, underrated.
I'm a hot coffee guy.
Underrated. I love iced coffee, man.
I will still have hot coffee in the summer.
You're a freak.
That's crazy.
You're a weirdo.
I used to be like that too, and then like I would just sweat profusely and
Nah,
wouldn't be able
but
to go on my
iced
day.
coffee during the summer is OP.
Oh, iced coffee now. I drink iced coffee now. I had
Are
one
you
yesterday.
guys sure you're talking about coffees or lattes?
Lattes, iced latte, right?
See, that's a different. You're drinking
Different game.
75% milk, I think, or
Yeah,
whatever the
definitely
absurd
different
amount of milk
game.
is in there.
Even iced
Co-
coffee though.
Coffee too is fire. Iced coffee,
Yeah.
yeah.
but I think I could go overrated here because you have the huge like push from like it's classic white girl trend or whatever.
Okay, yeah, like the
Like
white
iced
girl wrote
coffee.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now-
should we just go
I'll-
properly rated?
No, what's the word?
Man's gonna settle this.
I'll see it in this one. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, I
yeah.
Yeah.
No. Like, I'll give into it. Because I don't hate it. I just have my preference. Like, I'll
Yeah.
put iced coffee and hot coffee in front of me. I'm drinking the hot coffee.
Iced
Okay.
coffee or
That's
Beyonce?
just me. Yeah.
Iced coffee or Beyonce, Allison? Quick.
Beyonce.
Oh,
Wait, which one do I like more?
She's
Nah,
a
nah,
queen.
it's too
She's
late.
a
Don't say
queen.
anything.
Wait, which do I like more?
You
I like
you did
Beyonce
good.
more.
You did
Okay.
You did good. Yeah. Stop right there. Stop right there.
All right. Let me give you my next one. Times Square.
Oh. All right, wait, Wes. I feel like
What's
You're-
Now, being a tourist.
yeah, I was gonna say you have that tourist in you. Explain to how.
Yeah, what was
how
it
you
like
see
seeing Times Square
So,
for the first time?
I'll give you the rundown. When I first saw Times Square, I was baffled. And humble brag, I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to a lot of
You're a
countries.
traveler.
It
Man.
happens when you're in Europe. Flying to Florida is flying to Spain, Portugal. It's
Mm.
Right.
not the same. When I first saw Times Square, I was blown away. Blown. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Right.
Right. But once I saw it like the third time, I was like, I need to get out of here. And when you live in the city or work in the city, terrible. Times Square is terrible.
It's the number one place to avoid at all costs.
It is. Yeah. You need to get out of it.
More than any rough neighborhood. I'd rather walk through the streets of whatever fucking rough neighborhood I gotta go through.
You're getting pickpocketed in Times Square. You're getting harassed by like people in suits of Barney, and it's nuts. Just a nuts
But
place.
at the same time, it's such a good like sample of the city. In another way, maybe not like sample, but like everything's going on there. Like as you said, you get pickpocketed. You see like a show.
I will say
I saw naked titties, but they were just painted.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. That's
if
big.
there's
Crazy.
it is the one place that I think of that when you're outside of New York and you're thinking of New York City, Times Square encapsulates that.
Obviously, yeah.
Like the outside image of the city is
Yeah.
perfectly represented in Times Square. When you're in the city and you've been there like you live there and you've been there multiple times and you're in it, it totally misrepresents it.
Yeah, 100%. How do you talk about it like with your boys like before you came to America, Wes?
Oh, when I told them, because I was told I was moving to New York, right? So my instant picture of New York is New York City. Holy shit! I'm gonna have skyscrapers everywhere. It's gonna be dope. Turns out I'm in Narnia. My first house I think was like 1.5 acres, like so far away from my neighbors and stuff. In England, my neighbor was like a knock away. I could knock on the wall and they'd hear. Now I'm like in this house that just has so much land and stuff, and I'm like, boys, it wasn't New York City. It wasn't New York City. And they came to like visit and stuff. I've had two of my friends over from England, and they came to visit, and they're like, "What the hell is this? Like, this is beautiful. This is New York. There's just lakes everywhere. There's like up where I'm from. Like I'm northern Westchester, Putnam County. There's just lakes everywhere and reservoirs everywhere. It's just
honestly better than Times Square.
Oh,
yeah.
Good to you.
Yeah.
Nah,
But then when we went into Times Square, it was nuts. Fucking crazy.
So yeah, I guess for like a tourist, maybe like your first time going there, it's like lit.
Yeah.
But like
It's
by
a one and
design,
done.
yeah, by
It is
design,
a one
the
and
question is overrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Times Square is overrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have like one more.
I got one more too.
Overrated, underrated, diners.
Underrated, bro. I if there's one thing I wish was that I could go to safely during the pandemic is a fucking diner. And technically I can go to a diner indoor, but like I'm not a indoor dining guy yet. Like that part of opening the everything back up is not where my comfortability is at yet. Because I have to I'm not a big taking off my mask. I like keeping my mask on. And the idea that I have to take it off to eat with the strangers around is not it. But goddamn 2 a.m. diner runs were always the shit.
Goated.
Absolutely.
We got
loaded.
kicked out of one once because we just went there belligerent. You know, I
That's
don't recommend anyone does this, but we went
No,
there.
that's
belligerent.
it's. Listen, shout out to all the waiters and cooks and
Yeah.
hosts of diners and any restaurant. But like when there's a diner next to a bar and you're waiting for your Uber or you're waiting for a train or whatever to get home or whatever you gotta do, and there's a diner there,
Yep.
you got the whole menu. You got the world's
Yeah.
menu at your feet instead of
Yeah.
like, let me just get this fucking hot dog or whatever. That's
Yeah. Quick life
the
hack
fuck?
for anyone up north. The diner is the key to going out in New York City because you can go out, and the last train is like 1:52. So you have to
Something
leave
like
at
that, yeah.
1 a.m. Clubs are popping until 4 usually, you know,
Mhm.
like you're having a good time. The next train is until 5:20. What are you going to do in that time? You're going to go to a diner. You're going to get your breakfast. You're going to enjoy your time, and then you're going to take the train back up, and that's
Facts.
it. There's your night out in New York City because it's so hard where we
Wow.
are. No
If you don't
Ubers,
want
train
if you don't want
stations.
bodega food, the diner is the next obvious.
Yeah,
See, that's interesting that you brought that up because like I never had that problem. I had to catch no last train
yeah.
back to Narnia.
Yeah, you just
I
walk
could
back.
I could just walk back, take the MTA,
This fucking guy.
So like
Yeah.
diners have never been like a part of like our culture almost. Like,
Bro, I got 5 down the street from me that I could choose. I can look at them
I
all
can
at once.
tell.
Which one do I
Yeah.
want today?
oh
I
my
got
God.
Ever Ready Diner, which is like
But-
kind of famous around here. So.
Yeah, you also like I have all these diners around me, but I have the one that I go to. You know what I mean? It's like having your bodega or your bagel spot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
that's my diner. I don't cheat on my diner. I don't cheat on my barber. I don't cheat on my diner.
yeah,
Man said on my wife, I don't know, but not my diner.
yeah.
That's a whole different.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll play, but
Okay,
yeah, that's like me with my halal cart. I was trying to do it
exactly.
I
Yeah,
was about to take this into the pizza versus bagels, Long Island versus Westchester, but
we don't got to do that.
we're gonna stay
We don't-
out of that.
we are
one.
we are
Stay out
united
of that
here.
one.
We don't have
You guys can settle that. You know what
We're
My
not
laptop's
settling.
already fucked. Me and Austin will be throwing hands through the screen.
All right. Let me give you my last one. Boats.
Boats.
Wes just cheered.
I love boats.
There you
I
go.
cheer boat. You know, that's like my heritage, like the Royal British Navy. That's
Mm,
you know.
I wasn't looking at it that way. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say like the Mayflower.
That's the boys. That's
That
the
was my
boys. She's
heritage. That is what got you started here, bro. Kind of.
of.
Open it all up.
Yeah, but yeah, boats. I mean, it might be another timeline thing.
Mm.
Right now, I enjoy going on a boat, but back then they were like a necessity to travel.
They still, in a way, are. They're
In
they're a
terms of
heavy
like
part of
cargo,
getting-
cargo
Yeah,
and trade,
cargo.
it's huge.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it can't
then-
really be taken out of
Society.
society unless we get 3D printers.
Wait, and you're trying to print a
Were you
boat?
trying to 3D print a boat?
No. I'm saying, like, imagine there was a company out there that
Okay.
worked out a cheap 3D printing machine for the
Mhm.
everyday household. It was just like having a microwave.
So we don't have to move.
Yeah, and you could
Okay.
just order things
Mm.
from like the
Mm.
Amazon of 3D printing, and it prints it there and then for you in like 24 hours.
Wow.
I didn't think of that.
That'd be sick, bro.
All right.
Wouldn't
Well,
that be sick?
See, I thought this
that's just
conversation-
underrated.
I thought this was going
Yeah.
more. Oh, that boats were underrated. That's how I thought it started, and then all of a sudden, wait, no. But now you're saying that.
But boats are also like the image of class. Like, yo, I
Yeah.
got a boat.
Oh, like a yacht.
Yeah, I got a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a
like,
yacht.
Yeah, girl, you want to come to my boat?
Yeah, forget
Yeah,
the
Why,
cars.
yes, I do.
Like, would you
Yeah,
rather have 15 cars or a fucking yacht?
a yacht?
There we go. Why I need a 12-car garage with 12 car? I got a
When you
boat.
can have
we-
all the cars on a yacht.
Yeah.
Whatever he
Yo,
said.
my
Put it in
12-car
12-car
garage is a yacht.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
So I guess
All right.
I don't even know what we're saying.
did we
Underrated?
switch to underrated now?
Yeah, I think so.
Without boats, we
Discussion.
wouldn't have founded America, right?
True. Yeah. Boats were the planes of the day.
Technically, America was
Yeah.
already found.
Oh, okay.
Z snap.
Yeah, us
Well-
whiteys. You gotta come and discover it.
Yeah, what y'all or my ancestors did to the Native Americans was fucked up, dude. That was
I
fucked
don't
up.
even think it was either of ours. I think it was the Italians.
Yeah, I think it was the
Was it
Italian, right?
Columbus Italian? Yeah, I've been watching Sopranos lately, and
Uh-huh.
there's an episode where it's Columbus Day or whatever, and everyone's just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, they slaughtered the Indians." And Tony's and everyone's just like, "You shut the fuck up! He's a fucking hero."
Oh my god.
Brilliant.
All right, we settled it.
It's been settled.
Yeah. I have one last one if we're going for
Yeah,
it.
no,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, please.
Go ahead.
COVID vaccines.
Ooh. Yeah, my mom recently got that.
Guys, get vaccinated. Vaccines are underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I mean, you're saying that now until we get.
I haven't
3,000
gotten
zombies.
mine.
And until you grow a third arm.
Yeah,
Until
I'm
we're running
good.
Call of Duty zombies out here.
Maybe the vaccine will take off this fucking gut I got going. That'll
That'd be
be
dope.
Yeah,
You know?
but for right now, my third leg is still. In
Yeah, you
between my
really never
legs.
know.
Like, you know, I'm
yeah, you
good.
really never know with a vaccine, you know? Because it's
Hey,
only
man.
been around the virus only been around a year.
I was willing to get
Mhm.
to be the lab rat if they needed.
Yeah.
I was
But
there.
this is the thing, right? You know it's a good vaccine when all the rich people are doing it first.
Yeah, man. Yo, get me
All the
whatever-
politicians are doing it
They know.
first. Huh?
whatever Trump got when he got it and kicked it in like 2 days or
Yeah,
whatever.
what
Get
the
me
hell?
that.
What the hell,
Yeah,
dude?
I need to know that secret. I
This
think
guy
it's
had
actually
like laser treatment or
it's
something.
pretty. I think it's out there like what he got, and I think it was just
Yeah.
like an IV of super vitamins or whatever, just like
Yeah.
injected into him.
He got the ligma drip.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
All right,
But,
I
All
got
right.
nothing else. Yeah,
That was a good one.
should we get into the review?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wes, you want to kick around? You want to?
Well,
Yeah,
Wes,
so
you-
it's-
you don't have to
it's
stay for
time.
this. I mean,
Yeah,
we're gonna
it's
spoil the
time.
movie, so if you want to stay,
I don't think
it's up
it's
to
a
you.
movie that you need to rush out. I think it's okay to spoil
Yeah.
it. but-
I gotta go to the mall anyway. You know, give my
Alright, yeah.
girlfriend a gift, my mom a gift. So
Hey,
it's time, fellas.
all right.
Thank you.
Wes,
Thank you for having me
coming
on.
man.
Yeah. Thank you for
It-
staying on.
this
We
was
Let's
love
do it
awesome.
again.
This
We'll
was
do-
awesome. We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
Mhm.
I'm
For
telling you,
sure.
we need a big squad podcast. Squadcast.
16 people, bro. The whole
Yeah,
squad.
16 squadcast.
Whatever
That'd be
Zoom could
sick.
fit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fellas. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Enjoy the
you.
rest.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah. Be easy, man. Thank you.
Peace.
All right. Shout out Wes.
That was lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great to have a fucking first guest. You know.
Fact. Yeah.
Tired of just seeing your face.
I like the energy. Okay. I didn't mind seeing yours, but whatever.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the energy. Love all the talk. Very knowledgeable man. Shout out Wes. One more time.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into this review, quick disclaimer: I've watched like 11 or 12 movies since Friday. So
Oh, yeah?
forgive me if I'm So right now is the Sundance Film Festival.
Uh huh.
So I think come Tuesday I will have watched 18 movies
God damn.
from Friday to Tuesday or something like that. Yeah, I went a little ham. I'm about to watch like
Damn.
6 more after we record this.
Wait, that's like the online festival where all the
Yeah.
movies like premiere.
It's a bunch
Oh.
of indie, like independent movies that are either, they're small budget, looking for like a way to distribution for someone to buy it to put it out, or they're already bought and they're just premiering.
All right, perfect,
So,
perfect.
Forgive me if
before-
I forget the details of the Denzel Little Things, which we are reviewing, which I did
Alright.
watch
Before we start, can you like hear my parents talking in the back?
a little bit, but not a lot.
All right, wait, hold up. Let me
ahead.
come back for a second.
Alright.
I mean, if it is it an
I
interruption
barely
at
heard
all?
it. I only heard it because you noticed it. I didn't really notice it until
All
you
right,
pointed it
let
out.
me still do it because it's kind of
Go for
distracting
it,
me.
yeah.
Back. All right. So yeah, we'll just cut that out. But all right. So for this week's No Hats review, we watched
Yeah.
a movie called The Little Things.
Mm-hmm.
With it had a star-studded cast.
Yeah, the big
I-
three were Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, Jared Leto, and directed and written by John Lee Hancock, who has done some other movies. But if you've seen The Founder with Michael Keaton about the guy who screwed the McDonald brothers out of the business of McDonald's, which is it's a pretty good movie. It's a really interesting story. That was his last pretty big movie, and now he's doing this.
I mean, before we even get into spoilers, and if you don't want to get spoiled, this is our last segment, but we might have something else in the end if we keep
Yeah,
going.
maybe.
So just skip to that. Don't listen to this. But
Yeah.
before we even get to spoilers, I did not like this movie.
I didn't like it either. Yeah, wait, quick. So, there's time codes if anybody wants to look in the notes, see when the next segment is. But yeah, this movie was not great.
I honestly hated this movie because of the star-studded lineup that they had.
The
That
potential.
there's no excuse why you make a bad movie with these like fucking stars, which I think they even acted. They acted pretty well.
So I liked the acting.
I love the music.
The music was good. I can tell though that the script for this movie probably was
rushed.
written. No, it was probably written well, which is probably why I think they all agreed to do this movie. I think they read the movie, and
Why
on
was it so
paper it was
shit?
good. What?
Why was it so shit?
Because execution is different than
But
a lot. Yeah.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
think it was even written well.
No, I think
Because what happened? Nothing even
So-
happened in the movie.
so. How do I? The movie is much more about the themes than and the characters rather than the actual investigation. But okay, now here's the thing. I think that part was all probably very well developed in the script. There's like the script probably explained character motivations and all that stuff, but when you're watching the movie, it's much more about the investigation. And I don't think they executed either of them well enough to be.
I don't
you know what I mean?
think I wish it was not even like they didn't execute it well enough. I don't even think they executed it at all. Like I
That's what I'm
literally
saying. It was a misfire.
100%. And like I feel like even with a good script, you should at least have like it should still be in there, but like there was nothing. So like I don't know. We have to read the script.
Let's spoil it. Hold on. Let's get into spoilers.
Let's talk.
So
Let's talk about the movie.
what I'm trying to say. So at the end, all right, the movie's about this old detective who's Denzel and Rami Malek, who's a younger detective for the FBI, investigating the case of multiple murders, all young girls, and they think that Jared Leto is the prime suspect. Jared Leto plays a really creepy, serial killer type, as he kind of is in real life. No offense.
Mhm.
The guy's a weirdo.
I like because like you have to be really weird to out weird Rami Malek,
Right, dude. Yeah.
and like he did that very well.
Rami Malek did not. He's not an everyday guy, which I think he was a little miscast in this.
What do you
I
What do you
don't
mean?
know. I don't know if he was the guy to play a
Oh,
cop. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm just too used to him being
Mr. Robot.
Elliot. Yeah.
No, I think he started off well because like you could see he was like a different like cop. Like he had
Yeah.
his weirdness in him, but yeah, no, it didn't bode
Okay.
well in the end.
But okay, so and Jared Leto is like leaning into it. He's like playing with him, making them think that he is the killer and whatnot. And at the end, Jared Leto has Rami Malek drive out to like the middle of nowhere. Denzel follows without them knowing. And Jared Leto has Rami Malek's character like dig up the girl, or like keeps going, she might be over there, she might be over there, and like he just keeps playing with them, having to dig all these holes. And he finally just gets to the point where it's just like, listen, I'm just playing with you. I didn't kill anyone, but I was just fucking with you. And in Rami Malek's mind, he did it no matter what Jared Leto was saying. Like Jared Leto is the killer, yada yada. And it's kind of like Seven, if you've seen that with Brad Pitt. The What's in the Box movie, where at the end he kills the killer, regardless of if they know if he did it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So Jared Leto is dead. And it turns out that Denzel had a very similar situation in his past where he killed a girl and all the cops helped cover it up. So that's where the themes parts comes in, about like, dealing with past mistakes,
But my thing is that you can't just show these themes and like there's no like building, like they didn't build it up at all
that's
because
the issue.
the only thing that would make it fire if these were like original themes, but you literally just brought up a movie right now that did this like idea before. So like they have no originality and they're
That
just
and
having a basic delivery. It's a bad movie.
right. Nothing about this is original. And
Like I love you. What was that
uh,
Jake Gyllenhaal movie? That was just like this
Prisoners.
genre. No, no, no. Nightcrawler.
Oh, Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Nightcrawler. It was like the same like genre movie. That was way
I don't
more
know. I don't know about that.
like some dark mystery
Different
crime
story.
type thing. I mean, yeah, different story, but like
Same vibe. Same like dark
yeah, dark
vibe.
like
Yeah.
crime thriller type
Yeah.
thing.
I get that.
But like that like at least you grew with the character.
Hmm.
And there was actual things going on. Like
Right.
in this movie like they just killed off that like Jared Leto without
Mhm.
any build up of him like
That's the
like
thing.
yo, we're so close to like getting this guy, but like we just can't pin it on him. They never even build that up. They just like kill him. But it's like, all right, he has to be the killer, like because there's no one else that they're focusing on.
If there's one part of the movie that I thought was entertaining, it was the cat and mouse aspect of it between Jared Leto and
And
you know,
Denzel,
and them, like
when
them
they were
playing with each other.
remember when they were like driving in the highway, he would go to, like
Right.
one spot and like he would just
Yeah,
teleport to the
yeah,
next
yeah.
spot.
And but that comes from the case and the investigation being interesting. So when you make the movie not about the case and it's
Mhm.
about the character part of it, that's where you lose me. So I think a big thing is when Jared Leto gets killed and it's a matter of if you care or not.
Mhm.
I think we're in agreement that it didn't make any
Had
impact
no
whatsoever.
impact.
Right.
Yeah, because that should have been like a striking moment, like no pun
It
intended.
was the moment for the like what
Exactly, but
what
it
was
didn't hit
supposed
me.
to be the moment, but
Yeah,
it didn't matter. Yeah, man. Yeah, just a big misstep.
awful movie. I hope they had a small budget because
Well,
it was
again, this
out.
was if you guys don't know, the shitty movies tend to come out in January, and this is one of the first movies that HBO is doing, or Warner, I should say, that they're doing in theaters and on HBO. So like this was a movie that was going to be in theaters, but because of the pandemic, it's also on HBO.
Yeah, let me ask you this then: is Denzel washed?
No, that's the one thing I will say. Denzel, I was thinking about it while watching this. He hasn't phoned in a movie. Like he hasn't like wait when he's in a movie, he is giving it like a good effort. You know what I
Mm.
mean? He could just be like Bruce Willis is like the prime example. Like now,
Well,
Bruce
he
Willis
made it.
he just says his lines.
Mm.
No
No Fifth Element anymore.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, none of that. He comes in, he says his line, he gets paid, and that's it. Like sometimes Bruce Willis is like shot completely separate from the actual set of the movie. Like he'll
Mm.
just be somewhere else, and he'd be like, "No, just record me saying my lines."
yeah, man's on vacation.
yeah,
Like I'm just
right. But Denzel, he comes, he shows up, he does his work, he
honestly,
gives it an effort.
it might have
And
been like the movie just being that bad, but I think he didn't even have a good performance in that.
yeah, he did what he
In
could.
Little Things.
Right.
I could only big up Jared Leto as like a good like actor in this movie.
Well, that's the thing. Jared Leto, again, no matter what, Jared Leto is giving it his all. He's,
Because he's still like in his like movie prime. Like
yeah,
it
dude.
was like yeah, he's
There were interviews, and Denzel was saying, "I never met Jared Leto on the set. I only knew the character that he was playing. You know what I mean? Like the guy stayed in character the
yeah
whole time, and like during the
yeah.
interviews was like the most they had talked to each other as like just
Mm.
Jared and Denzel.
Who said this? Oh, Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about the Jokers, I guess.
Dude,
They
fuck. No, Jared
they
Leto
breed
is the
different.
worst Joker of all time,
Hey,
and
but
that's okay.
he's still different.
It's okay.
I mean, yo, he's in good company though.
That's the thing. Of all the Jokers, dude, I don't want to get into that, but it was just a misstep again.
Awful
But
movie.
yeah, dude, little things you don't have to watch it. There's plenty of other good stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like there's so many good like better movies in that genre even.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I said, Nightcrawler or like Vibe.
Yeah, if you guys want a good movie, like I mentioned it earlier, Prisoners. It's about it has Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's about a father looking for his kidnapped daughter and her friend, and like how that tortures him, and he eventually goes after the kidnapper or who he thinks is the kidnapper, and it's really dark and thriller and great ending.
You just
Yeah.
explaining that already was better than the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's unfortunate when a movie has all the right elements and is still
I mean, it just had all the right actors. Like you had
Yeah.
such a
No,
yeah,
like
that's
good
like kind of like
director.
a waste.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good director,
they
good
wasted all
cast.
the good pieces that they had.
Exactly. You get all the pieces together, but what you do with it, that's where
That's
the
garbage.
yeah
Honestly, yeah, I'm down to just leave it at that because it doesn't even deserve that much talking.
yeah.
I'm giving it solid like 1 out of 10.
I would give it. A,
Maybe that's a little too harsh.
I
Three
would
out
give
of
it like
ten.
a C, a solid C.
Okay, C minus.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for the music. If the music made it feel like a video game.
the mu- the
I like the
music.
music. It was like goofy, but like
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
and,
if it was placed correctly or like used during the right moments.
and like they had this like I remember in the beginning. Remember when he talks to the dog?
Hmm.
This is a very small detail. I don't know if you remember this. He talks to the dog,
Yeah.
but the camera angle like shows him like he's talking to like the people. So I'm like, yo, that's great cinematography. Like
Right.
they're really doing something. They're trying to break the fourth wall or something, and they did nothing with that. Like I
Mm.
was thinking, like as a director, like that was like great work, and then they do nothing with that after all. Like I don't know. You good?
Wait. Speak one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're good.
Yeah, my mic's kind of fucked up, but
It's all good.
yeah, no, they really did nothing.
All right. Hey. Um. Next week. Oh, next week. I can tell you right now. I decided again. We're watching Malcolm and Marie, which stars Zendaya and John David Washington, who's Denzel's son. Uh,
Oh.
lead in Tenet. He was in Ballers. They made a movie during the pandemic. They were like one of the first like notable movies to be made during the pandemic. Like there wasn't even an idea of making this before the pandemic, and they said, "What can we make during the pandemic?" And this came out of it.
Mm,
And it's supposed to be great. It's about, from what I understand, it's about a film director who had his premiere at some festival. Zendaya plays his girlfriend, John Davis' girlfriend, who plays the filmmaker, and it takes place in a house. It's black and white. It'll be on Netflix, and it's supposed to be really good. And I'm excited to watch it.
Zendaya's that's that girl from what's that? Euphoria?
Yeah,
Or am
yeah,
I
yeah,
bugging? I don't
exactly.
even know.
Euphoria,
Okay.
Spider Man. She was on
Okay.
Disney Channel. Yeah,
Oh damn.
you know Zendaya.
Um, I know Zendaya.
Yeah. So that hopefully that'll be good.
I hope so because right now you're 0-2 for movies that you recommended us to talk about.
Well, to be fair, I haven't seen the movies before I decide to watch them. And that's the point of review. Hey, not every review is supposed to be a good review.
No, no, the fair
That's the
rebuttal. I'm
point.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Nah, there are some movies coming up that should be heat because all the movies that didn't come out last year coming out this year, or a good
Mm.
majority of them. So there's a lot every week that we can get into. Godzilla vs Kong, that's coming out soon. The trailer came for that. I'm
Oh,
hyped to talk about that.
yeah. I know. Guess we could get on for that one too.
There you go.
I'll leave
Hey,
it that.
March, end of March.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
coming out. Yeah.
All right. Fire. Well, I
All
think
right.
that caps off a no hats review for this week.
I think that caps off a different scripts episode.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Hey.
I'd just like to give a shout out to Wes being our first guest today. It was a very fun time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And we have a lot of good stuff coming up with different scripts. We got a lot of things in the works.
Yeah,
Low
man.
key, low key.
Yeah, Loki.
Maybe we don't even know about it yet, but it's in the works. But yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next week at the same time.
Hey, appreciate you guys listening. Talk to you next week.
Peace.
All right.